Welcome to Late Night on the Reunited Live. My name is Bediako-Poku Hitfield. How have you guys been? I know it is late now. I've decided to do such shows, where we can recap what has happened at Manchester United related stuff, and then we discuss it late into the night. Now, today I want us to discuss three things. We'll be talking about postponement of the game. We'll be discussing Anthony Martial's interview, what to make of it, and the contrast situation regarding 5 players. Luke Shaw, David De Gea, Fred, and Marcus Rashford. So we'll be talking about these 3 things. But first off, let's start with the postponement of the Leeds game. After the Crystal Palace game was postponed, we were thinking that at least we will play a Premier League game this weekend, but unfortunately it has been postponed due to we all know the demise of Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II and the crowning of King Charles III. God bless the king. Some of us, we are monarchists. I am a monarchist, and I believe in the monarch system so much that I hope he has a good reign, and it affects Africa, and everywhere we are, we can see the benefits of that reign. Okay, so the Greater Manchester Police Department released a statement earlier, and the Chief Inspector, he's called Nicholas Hill. He said this, and I quote him. He said, "Greater Manchester Police is supporting forces across the United Kingdom in keeping people safe at locations and events of high significance following the passing of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. We have plans in place to ensure we can provide their support whilst effectively serving our own communities. We are also working with partner agencies to consider the viability and unrelated but exceptionally large events in Greater Manchester. This includes the Manchester United versus Leeds fixture, which has been postponed with the support of the Safety Advisory Group and the club." So Manchester United understood it, security needs. Most people don't know, but Manchester United versus Leeds is a derby game. Leeds are our rivals. So we need maximum security in such situations. And it is good that it has been called off, because we can't be oblivious to the fact that it is a derby game and we need maximum security. If there are no security at all, it is going to be catastrophic in another sense. So I think it is a good thing that Manchester United, together with Greater Manchester Police, have at least stopped the game, and our next game will be, probably our next Premier League game will be against Manchester City in 20 days time on 2nd October. So guys, we need to prepare for that game, because the City looks like a team to beat, and we've done so well this season with the top 4 people. We beat Liverpool, we've beaten Arsenal, and if we can get a Man City win on top of that, it means this team is going somewhere. We know we had a setback against Real Sociedad. It was a poor referee decision that got us. We should have taken a point from that game. Cristiano Ronaldo missed so many chances, and on any other day he could have scored. But that is part and parcel of the business. Sometimes you need these defeats to get you back on track. So we hope on Thursday against Sheriff, is it Tiraspol, the Moldovians? We hope that Manchester United can grab 3 points in Moldova. And there has been pictures, training ground pictures today. We can see the team are in good spirit. So we hope on Thursday we can beat Sheriff comfortably and get the group on track, because we need to win the group. You know, so the game against Real Sociedad was just a minor setback in the road, and I think these players know that the greater picture is them keeping on and working hard for each other. So let us talk about the Anthony Martial's interview. You know, Anthony Martial had an interview recently, and it has got me thinking. And I was speaking in a forum in Germany, I think 2 days ago, and it is just Manchester United fans. And somebody raised the fact that maybe we have criticized Anthony Martial these past years when the fault doesn't really lie on him. You know, as fans, we don't know what goes behind the scenes sometimes, and his interview has given more light, has shed more light, given more insights into his situation and how he was injured, and yet he will be asked to play, and everything that comes along with it, you know. So I'll read the full interview, and what do you think about, I'll ask you guys what you think about that interview, whether we've judged Martial wrongly or thing. So let me give a few shout outs. Samuel Aqua is watching. Samuel Aqua, my name is Bediako-Poku Hitfield. Much love for me, to my brothers in Africa and across the world. You know, Samuel Britos is also watching. Osman Bamba is watching. Gordon Ross. You know, I love to see old Manchester United fans, you know, because I try to ask them so many questions. You know, in their era, how was Manchester United like? So when I see people like that commenting and watching me, much love from me, Bediako-Poku Hitfield, to Gordon Ross. We hope that we can get a win, as I said earlier, this Thursday against Sheriff in the Europa League. So let me read Martial's interview that he had with this French TV. Now, he started off with Louis van Gaal, his admiration and everything. So let me read and let's wrap up everything. What do you so that you have a fair idea about what I am talking about. So Anthony Martial said this, and I read. He said, "I had a great relationship with Louis van Gaal the first season. I love to learn, and when a gentleman like him takes the time to make me watch videos of my matches to explain things to me, it is the best. Once he, who is Louis van Gaal, made me come to watch videos to set me on fire when I scored 2 goals. He wanted to talk to me about running angles, movement zones, etc. I said I understood, and he said he liked my character." So that was the interview of Anthony Martial, what he said about Louis van Gaal. Now let me continue with what he said about Jose Mourinho. You know, much was made about the relationship between Anthony Martial and Jose Mourinho. You know, most of us think Jose Mourinho has been vindicated when he wanted Ivan Perisic in a swap deal for Anthony Martial. But Manchester United as a club didn't want that. But then you think about the fact that Ivan Perisic has gone on to Bayern Munich, has won the Champions League, and has won the Serie A with Inter and all these things. Now he's at Hospes, you know. So most of us think Jose Mourinho is right, but let me read what Anthony Martial said regarding his fragile relationship with Jose Mourinho. So I'm reading. So he said, "It started with the story of the shirt number. During the holidays, he sends me a message to ask me if I want to take the number 11 shirt, explaining to me that it's great because it was worn by the legend Ryan Giggs." So let me continue with the story. So I tell him that I have the greatest respect for Giggs, but I prefer to keep my number 9 jersey. When I return to the club, I see my jersey with the number 11 on it. The story did not start well. He disrespected me straight up. This is what Martial is saying. Now, he said he was talking about me in the press. He likes these games, but he also knows who he is doing it with. He knows that I am 20 years old then, and that if I say something, it is I who will be the young person who lacks respect. Okay, let's continue. The second season at United, I was the team's top scorer in the first part of the season. He who is Mourinho into brackets, brought in Alexis Sanchez, and I hardly played anymore. It cost me dearly. I should have been there, which is, he was talking in reference to the 2018 World Cup that was held in Russia. Let me continue. Now, the last 2 seasons, I have regularly played injured. People don't know that. I couldn't accelerate during the 4 months following the COVID season. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer tells me that he needs me, so I play. I'm continuing. So he said, given my name, if I can't accelerate, it becomes very complicated and I get criticized. The coach never bothered to tell the media. Obviously, I end up getting injured for good, and then when I come back, finished, I don't play anymore. I took it very badly. I had a feeling of injustice. You are asking me to... What is written? Okay, so you ask me to sacrifice yourself for the team, and behind you are dismissed. For me, it's almost treachery. That's all I hate. I can't be blamed, but not for being fake. And he went on to speak about his body language, that Manchester United fans, you like I, we often criticize Anthony Martial's body language a lot because sometimes we feel he's not doing enough in pressing, in working hard for the team. So this is what he said about his body language. And let me continue. He said, basically, I have to display my disappointment after a missed opportunity so that people don't say, he doesn't really care. I will tell you simply, I am a footballer, not an actor. A lot of people think you have to be a little comedian, and I see players who show their rage so that the public and media think they are motivated. All the media circus does not interest me. I cannot change to please others. I am not immune to criticism. When people say that I lack consistency, it's true. When I have my place, it often goes well. But when I have been used less, it's true that my performances has not been the same. It's just, let me continue. So it's a vicious cycle. I am less efficient because I play less, and therefore I even play less. When it's like that, I can sometimes drop out a bit. A player like Cavani, he is 3,000% even when he's giving few minutes. So the interview is quite a long interview, and what I took from this interview, as I said, we were speaking, and somebody raised the question whether Manchester United fans have treated or probably used Martial as an scapegoat or whatever it's called. You guys know that proverb or idiom or whatever it is. So enough, let's continue. So I think when you listen to him, he is right in a way. Sometimes you can't perform especially when you're injured. Now, people think injury. If you break a finger and you try running, even the shifting of the finger itself can disrupt whatever you are doing. So just imagine you having an ankle braced. How can you perform to your fullest, knowing that you are injured there? So I think as a fan, as a person, as somebody who is human, who knows a thing or two about injuries, I think Anthony Martial, unfortunately, so many players have played through the pain barrier, and now it has affected their performances. It has affected their general output to this Manchester United team, and now they've become virtually liabilities, and people are getting at them all the time. I think Harry Maguire is an example of somebody who was overused during Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's time. You know, he played virtually every minute under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You know, even in the Europa League final, I remember Manchester United fans hoping he could make it because we knew the defense that we had wasn't strong enough to face Villarreal, you know. So Harry Maguire too has played through the pain barrier this morning. I think Laurie Whitwell was saying something like that. You know, he was playing on medications with painkillers just to play for Manchester United. And sometimes when their performances dwindle as a result of that, I think it is right for the managers to tell the public or tell the media what is going on, because people will judge you for the price tag. People will judge you for the captaincy. And then when we feel you are not giving 100%, we will think you are not committed to the cause. Meanwhile, it is an injury you are nesting, but the manager simply wants you to play. So it is a hard way, you know, you don't know what is what and which is which. But I feel fans, sometimes we need to be in the shoes of these players. You know, I said just break an arm and try running with it, and you feel how uncomfortable you are. You know, so when players play through injury and their performances dwindle, I think we should give them a slack. You know, it is frustrating wanting to see Marcus Rashford making angle runs and stuff. But then recently I thought about it. You know, we all have been on Marcus Rashford. You know, we've said that we've said things. You know, I personally have said it. We needed to use him as as a deterrent to young players coming through the academy, that even though you are from the academy, if you come and you don't perform for 2 years, you are off. I wanted something like that, but I'm glad he's picking up. We are seeing the best of Marcus Rashford, and long may it continue. That is what we want to see. Marcus Rashford tearing defenses, just like he did to Liverpool, just like he did to Arsenal. That is the Marcus Rashford we want to see, scoring goals, assisting, taking people on, running in behind, because that is the greatest asset of Marcus Rashford. So then when he comes and he doesn't run behind, he becomes virtually like any other player. His skill and his strength is his pace. So that is what Manchester United fans we want to see. But then we remember he played through a shoulder injury. I remember that season, the whole of the season, he had a shoulder injury. He will run and he will get braced up and everything. We knew there was a problem with the boy, you know. So maybe I remember that double stress fracture injury he also had. You know, those injuries, sometimes you may never even recover from that. Ruud van Nistelrooy said it, you know, when Marcus had that injury, double stress fracture to the back. You know, he said this is one of the injuries you may never recover from it. But then Marcus Rashford did it for Manchester United. So I think we need to sometimes cut these players some slack, you know. Behind the scenes, we may think they are not giving their best, but maybe they are being forced to play through injury. And we know when you are injured, you can't give 100%, you know. So Manchester United fans, we should give them a slack. And the last topic we'll be discussing is the contracts, you know. So contract is up for a few players. David De Gea, Diogo Dalot, Luke Shaw, Fred, and Marcus Rashford. Now let me pick them one after the other and let's discuss whether they deserve a new contract at Manchester United, you know. Now, one thing I've been saying for quite some time now is that Manchester United should put more performance, bonuses, incentives into these contracts, other than always giving these players those huge sums that no other team in the Premier League gives, you know. We know Cristiano Ronaldo is the highest earner. You know, Kevin De Bruyne was second. Then Jadon Sancho, a young chap. You know, give him performance-related clauses for him to fail. Tell the team, if you guys go 10 matches unbeaten, you guys get maybe $2 million each. It is in there so that they will keep performance-related bonuses. That is what we need to insert in these clauses. You know, because it's like players like Luke Shaw. Look at the wages Phil Jones is on. He is virtually like one of the coaches now, or probably now. What does Phil Jones, is he one of the physiotherapists now or something? Because he's always injured, you know. But the wages that he's on, nobody's prepared to take an injury-prone player like that and pay those huge wages. You know, so this is what I'm saying. We should put performance-related bonuses in the contracts of the players to give them the added vigor, you know, the added what word should I use? I'm trying to conjure a word in my mind, you know, the added zeal to play for Manchester United. You know, 10 matches on, if you win the Premier League, everybody's getting $5 million each, £5 million each. Okay, that one is not so. Pay like what everybody's paying, but make sure you have bonuses and clauses to be met in contracts. So Manchester United, you know, we want this club back to where it belongs, and that is on top of the English game. We belong to the higher echelons of the world game. You know, we are the biggest club in the world. When we say that, people are like, oh no, you can play us on Pluto and we will get more Manchester United fans than you. We are supported worldwide. This is the biggest club in the world. You know, everywhere I go, when I'm traveling, I get to see Manchester United fans. Thanks, because of Manchester United, I have so many friends across the world, you know. So Manchester United, it is my biggest love. It is my first love. And some of us, we depend on how well Manchester United is doing for us to be happy, you know. So we've been in a good mood, you know, winning 4 straight Premier League matches, getting 12 points, you know, consecutively. And then we had the Real Sociedad believe in the Europa League. But I hope on Thursday we will play our strongest 11, you know, because we are not playing the Leeds game. And our next game will probably be around 2nd October, which is like 20 days away from now. So we need to play our strongest team, beat Sheriff comprehensively. If it is a 5-0, let us hammer them so that goal difference we can and you know, do something in the Europa League. So so David De Gea, do you think David De Gea deserves a new contract at Manchester United? Let me know in the comment section below. Diogo Dalot, do you think he does? Now he is the starting right back. Finally, you know, it is looking more likely than that Aaron Wan-Bissaka will be getting cup games to play, you know. So we want Aaron Wan-Bissaka out of the club, you know, for one reason or the other. I think we can use him. Wan-Bissaka against teams that we need to defend against. You know, sometimes we can use him. So I necessarily don't want us to get rid of him because he cost us so much, and I bet you we won't get more than 20 million for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. If we get more than 20 million for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, it is a miracle. It will be a miracle. But we bought him for 50 million. A season where Manchester United apparently scouted 50 right backs, and then they came out of those 50 with Aaron Wan-Bissaka for £50 million. When Kieran Trippier was dying to play for Manchester United. You think about all these things, that is where we are. But thankfully, we have Eric Ten Hag. We are changing for the better, and hopefully, you know, Aaron Wan-Bissaka picks up form again. You know, his defending is second to none. His tackling, his one-on-one defending is second to none. So maybe in games, maybe against a team like what is the name? Manchester City, he might play. You know, we can use him in matches that we need to defend a bit. So Diogo Dalot, I think he deserves a new contract. David De Gea, we need a ball-playing goalkeeper to rival him. You know, I was thinking about Robert Sanchez, but unfortunately we brought in Dubravka, and he's here to play for Manchester United. I love Sanchez's from Brighton's goalkeeper. He is the second goalkeeper for Spain. You know, so David De Gea doesn't get a mention these days in the Spanish national team. So what can we show? So get Robert Sanchez. Manchester United, we deserve the best. Robert Sanchez, he should rival David De Gea, you know, because he has a better ball playing skills. And in the modern game, we know that is where our goalkeepers need that in their locker. But unfortunately, De Gea is still learning, and I hope he picks. Okay, let me mention a few people. It's Nixon is watching. John Cobinando, thank you for watching Reunited Live. Keep sharing our stuff to the world. We will reward every Reunited Live fan. Trust me, guys. Me, I have love in my heart, and we want to make this a family. Now, people have been sending me loads of messages asking membership and everything. Guys, I don't want classes at Reunited Live. I want your work, what you do on the page, to be what is the most important to me, Bediako-Poku Hitchfield. So we are giving the top fans on Reunited Live an opportunity, an all-expense paid trip. One person from Ghana, one person from Nigeria, and one person from Tanzania. I keep saying this. Keep sharing our content. We are looking for sponsors. I keep saving and saving. But then we need money to run Reunited Live. Then we go for it. Then we save. Then we go for it. So we are still looking for sponsors. You know, I've been into so many meetings. But unfortunately, I don't want Reunited. We don't want to be in a situation where we put our heads under a contract that is going to suffocate us. But we can do it. You are watching me right now. My name is Bediako-Poku Hitchfield. Share our content. You in your own capacity. The more you share our content, the more we get to a wider audience, and you will become a top fan. When you will see that badge, display it. When the time I will announce, we will send Google Forms. You guys will fill it. Then you send it to us. We announce. We will have, maybe in Ghana, we'll go to the National Theatre. Bring in musicians who support Manchester United. Bring in celebrities who support Manchester United. They will help us with the draw. Everybody that will be invited there that day, we will pick the winner from there. You know, so it's gonna be epic. We will be doing this across 3 African countries, and it might just be you. I want to shock prize you. You know, the show is known as the Reunited Shock Prize Show. Just imagine waking up and your mom will be like, there are people outside looking for you, and you come out and you see this stupid face, you know, with a camera crew and telling you you are the lucky fan. It's gonna be epic. I've been telling you guys, I want to travel to every African country before I die. It is something I keep telling God to grant me. So we won't just stay in Ghana, Nigeria, Tanzania. Next time, it will move to other African countries. I want to meet you guys. I want us to have a party somewhere. Invite the Reunited Live fans in those countries. Get musicians. Have fun. You know, it's gonna be epic. We will help each other. We need to have scholarships that will help the African continent. We will set up foundations. So share it we might go in the long run and it will help you yourself. So empower each other. That is what I've been telling every African, every Ghanaian. Let us empower each other. Now, let me read a few messages. Fred Father Amevoni, I hope I mentioned your name right. He said, keep up with the good work. I'm United fans from Togo, but living in Nigeria. Okay, so apparently he is from Togo. He's from Togo, but he works, he works in Nigeria. Aziz Giwa is also watching. Aziz Giwa says, glory, glory, Man United. Glory, glory, Man United. From me to you guys, I love you guys so much. You guys keep on supporting Reunited Live. As you can see, our videos, we have so many videos now that are clocking over 1 million views, and we are happy. We are grateful. We have close to 35,000 followers, but that is not enough. Let us get to a wider audience. So share this video. The name is Bediako-Poku Hitfield. I think I need to sign off. It's been a pleasure having you guys. Everybody that has contributed to the show. See you maybe after the game against Sheriff. Maybe I might come on live in the evening, depending if I'm less busy, So it's been a pleasure having you. Much love from me, Bediako-Poku Hitfield. Chi-chi-cha to you guys. Chi-chi-cha means love and prosperity. Chi-chi-cha. And the African will love each other. The African will prosper in this life. Good night, good night, good night, good night. Mwah! See you same time. As I said, maybe after the game against Sheriff Transport or Transport or whatever it's called. Good night, guys. Good night, good night, good night. Glory, glory, Man United.